Thinking about getting a part-time job as a teenager? Well, here are 5 reasons that starting your own business might actually be a far better use of your time. Reason number 1 is the money you can make. Now, life is not all about money. That's not at all what I'm saying. But in terms of how much you can make on an hourly basis, entrepreneurship can be one of the best ways to maximize your hourly wage. You see, when you work an hourly job, you have very little control over how much you can make. To illustrate this, here's a graph with your hourly rate on the left and time worked across the bottom. You make the same amount every day. And if you're fortunate, you might get a raise at some point, but that isn't very often. Once you're working as much as you can every single day, there's very little you can actually do to increase your income because your hourly rate doesn't change. Now, on the other hand, when you own your own business, as your business grows, you can usually start to pay yourself more and more. The business starts to compound on itself because first you make sales to customers, then you make repeat sales to those customers, then you have word of mouth helping you find new customers. Basically, every bit of effort you put into the business can increase how much you're getting back from the business. It's like adding logs to a fire and the fire keeps getting bigger. That's the power of owning your own business. For example, my blog and YouTube channel, Airplane Academy, is a great example of a business that has been slowly growing over time, and it's become a pretty good hourly rate for me. So every single time that I add new content to the blog and I add new videos to the YouTube channel, typically those get recurring traffic over the course of time. Not every single one is a hit, but it tends to grow. And so as I spend the same amount of time every single week, that business has grown. And I remember I was pumped whenever it started making $2 a day. I remember I texted my friends, I emailed my dad, I said, hey everybody, this is making $2 a day. Isn't that great? And I don't think people were very impressed with that. But the reason I was so excited is because I knew if it can make $2 a day, I know exactly how to grow it to $20 a day. And then I know how to grow it to $200 a day. And that's exactly what happened. All the while, I was still only spending like 10 hours a week on it. So what does that come out to an hourly rate? Like $1.40 an hour or so whenever it was making $2 a day. And so that $1.40 an hour turned into $14 an hour, which later turned into $140 an hour. It kept going up. All the while, my level of effort didn't change. And so this is the power of owning your own business. Your effective hourly rate, how much you're making for every single hour you're working on the business, continues to grow as the business grows. And I think that far outpaces anything you can make at an hourly job. Reason number 2 is flexibility. Your business is something you can come back to as you'd like. If you have a product or service business, you can easily do this seasonally and decide when to turn the business on and off to make money as you need. Whereas with an hourly job, you're not guaranteed to be able to come back to that whenever you'd like. We hear of students all the time turning on and off their businesses during seasons when they're wanting to make some money. For example, at Airplane Academy, I don't have like set hours that I have to work any given day. I really do a lot of the work in batches, whether it's producing blog content or new YouTube videos, but still every single day, the site and the channel, they're both getting traffic that I can monetize different ways. So the site is making money every single day, whether or not I even show up to work that day. And for me, that's been really liberating. It's not an overnight thing, but over the course of time, I can make money from this, whether or not I even go to work. And I really haven't found any other hourly job that works like that. Reason number 3 is resume building. If you're wanting to set yourself apart on college applications or future job applications, I think having entrepreneurship on your resume is one of the absolute best things you could do to set yourself apart from other applicants. Because think of all the skills that you're demonstrating through starting a business, the creativity, the drive, the independence, the self-determination, the self-starting, the initiative. All of these things speak really, really well about you and I think set you apart in such a better light than someone who just had a job. They're both good, but if I could hire an entrepreneur or someone with some basic hourly work under their belt, I would hire the entrepreneur 10 times out of 10. Reason number 4 is the variety of it. If you don't like doing the same thing over and over again, entrepreneurship might be perfect for you because you're gonna be doing so many different things within your business. It might be more intellectually stimulating than a normal hourly job. Here at Boss Club, and on any given day, I'm either filming these YouTube videos, I'm working with schools to sell our curriculum, I'm building new products, I'm working with our affiliates. No 2 days look the same, and that's one of my favorite parts of entrepreneurship. Reason number 5 is maybe the most important of all, and that's taking responsibility for your future. And if I were trying to make more money, I would much rather be in the position of asking myself, how do I grow my business so that I can pay myself more, instead of being in the position of saying, how do I convince someone to give me a raise, where I really have no control in that decision. But the great thing is that it actually doesn't have to be one or the other, either getting a job or starting a business. In my case, I did both. I had a full-time job and I started Boss Club on the nights and weekends and very early mornings. I got good at waking up early until it was big enough that I could go do it as my full-time job. And that can be your story too. Now, it's not for everyone, but I know there are many of you watching right now thinking, man, that's awesome. I'd love to start a business, but where do I even start? And it's a good question. Well, we here at Boss Club have started dozens of these ourselves, and we've put together a step-by-step process of how you can start your first business. And that video is on the screen right now, so I'll see you there.